Saving a life isn't always appreciated, especially when you're helping an animal that can't say thank you. Who would have thought a squirrel would ever thank the woman who saved its life? Sheila Mattie of Massachusetts wouldn't have believed it until it happened to her. When she found the fuzzy-tailed squirrel with a hurt paw, Mattie's instincts as a mother kicked in. She helped the animal get better and thought that was the end of it. But the pair had bonded more tightly than Mattie could have imagined. Hello and welcome to Amazing Animal Stories. Today's story is about this squirrel who thanked the woman who saved its life. Her reaction melts your heart. However, before we begin our story, we would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, Amazing Animal Stories, and also press the bell icon. Let's get started. No one seems to have a clear answer to this question, but any pet owner will tell you that animals can feel happy, sad, scared, and angry. But can they say thank you? Humans would be very arrogant to think they are the only ones who can feel emotions. So, this could signify happiness when a dog wags its tail or a cat purrs. But how can they be sure about everything? Animals can get into trouble in many different ways, especially when they are out in the wild. But before we talk about how one squirrel in Massachusetts thanked the woman who saved his life, let's talk about how 5 squirrels showed that animals could be grateful too, just like people. 5 young grey squirrels got their tails tangled up in the materials their mother used to build a nest. They couldn't get away from each other because they were stuck together. When the squirrels were brought to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center at the Wisconsin Humane Society, the vet put them to sleep and carefully separated them, which wasn't easy. After getting them untangled, the vets worked on each tail's damaged tissue. With some help from the doctor, the squirrels were able to get a second chance. The center wrote on its Facebook page, "We're happy to report that all 5 squirrels are now very active and healthy. They are eating everything we've given them, including nuts, seeds, and fruit. But not everyone can get care from a vet. Some animals have to protect themselves from both natural hunters and cruel people. In some cases, it's likely that these poor animals will never get any help." So, we're back to the age-old question of whether or not animals have the same feelings as humans. When they're in trouble, can they feel fear? Most likely, they do. And when they do, they come to people for help. In August 2018, Sheila Mattie got an unexpected phone call from a friend. He told her he had found 2 baby squirrels, probably abandoned. Mattie's inclination to be a mother kicked in full force. When they get hurt, animals can't count on other animals to help them. Therefore, this is where the compassion that humans are capable of displaying comes into play. However, even though a wounded animal could act aggressively out of fear, they will probably change their behaviour once they begin to feel better. Kristen, one of Mattie's friends, took one of the squirrels. Mattie, on the other hand, kept the other one for herself. It wasn't doing so well though. In fact, it had hurt itself and needed a lot of care. According to her Facebook page, Mattie's been working as a barn hand at Crimson Point Farm in Middlesbrough, Massachusetts since April 2016. So, she was happy to help the little guy out. "He had a broken paw when I got him, so he couldn't eat with his hands, and he walked on his wrist instead of his paw," Mattie wrote on Facebook. He also needed a cool name too. Mattie gave him the name Crash Bandicoot, which is the name of a popular video game character. That part was easy, but it would take some work to get the squirrel back to normal. Crash did really well in a very short amount of time. Mattie wrote on Facebook, "Coming to acknowledge the fact that my little guy has made an insane amount of progress since I saved him. Naturally, they couldn't live without each other." Mattie and Crash's friendship grew stronger as time went on. The squirrel became so attached to his foster mom that he wouldn't take his eyes off her, but he also paid attention to 2 other things at the same time. Mattie was Crash's favourite, but when she needed a break, he had plenty of other friends to keep him company. He got along great with Mattie's daughter, who was 5 years old, and their Great Pyrenees dog, Diesel. Mattie wrote on Facebook, he can now eat with both hands and jump to and from almost anywhere. She liked the little guy and felt like he was part of the family. Crash might have been on his own if Mattie hadn't taken him in, but squirrels need their paws to climb up trees to escape and look for food. He wouldn't have been able to do either of these things with a broken paw. I love him so much, and he has a personality like no other little kid, she said. They had a lot of fun together, but Mattie knew that all good things must end at some point. Gratitude is a natural emotion for an animal, especially when someone goes out of their way to help them out of a bad situation, as she did. Gotta let him go soon, and just thinking about it makes me feel sick, she wrote on Facebook. Having to let go was the worst feeling in the world, and she hoped she hadn't made the little guy too used to being around people. Mattie let Crash go in the end, and she didn't see him for a whole week, but she was afraid he wasn't ready for life in the wild and would die too soon. Then, a shocking thing happened. After a few days, Crash appeared on Mattie's back porch, and she cried when she saw him. The squirrel showed the woman who had saved his life that he had made it through the wilderness, and that he hadn't forgotten about her. So, that's it for today. Let us know your views in the comments section below. We hope you found this story very interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel, Amazing Animal Stories. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.